Now let's say you are working in a real-time application, and in a real-time application you need to create a custom middleware. So for creating a custom middleware, writing inline code as you can see on the screen is not a good practice. So for creating a custom middleware, what we have to do, we will create a simple class, a separate class, and in that separate class we will write all the custom code in that particular class. So let's see into the picture how we are going to do this. Let's go to the project and let's create one simple class by the name custom middleware, right? Giving the name custom middleware. Clicking on the add button, you can see we have created our custom middleware class, and this class we are going to make it inherit from middleware, right? And let's reserve the namespace, and this is available in microsoft.asp.net cool.http, right? Now let's generate a method for this middleware. Now clicking on this implement interface icon, we got a method by the name invoke async. So this is the right place where we can write our custom middleware code, right? So let's go to startup file, and let's say we are copy this first middleware code and going to paste it in this section, in this method basically, right? And to make it more meaningful, let's write over here custom middleware second message. And since we are using a wait keyword, for that we need to write async, right? And remember one thing, that when we are using custom file in our project, then in this next method we need to pass this object over here, right? Save the changes. So at this point of time our custom middleware is ready. Now we are going to write this custom middleware in the HTTP pipeline. We have to use this middleware in HTTP pipeline, and we need to create this middleware as a separate service in the application, right? So let's go to the startup.cs file, and remember one thing, that if we want to use any kind of service in this application, then we need to inject that service in this configure service method section, right? So let's write over here, we are going to inject our services dot add transient, right? And then we need to provide your custom middleware name. That's it. Save the changes. I will make you understand the concept of dependency injection in the upcoming videos. So don't worry about that. Don't get confused that why we have used this add transient keyword. At this point of time, simply understand that for injecting any kind of service in the application, we need to write this add transient keyword, right? So at this point of time, what we have done, we have simply created our custom middleware in a separate class, and we have injected that custom middleware as a separate service. We have basically injected that service in this project, right? Now we are going to make use of this custom middleware in the HTTP pipeline, and for injecting that custom middleware, let's say I'm going to insert that middleware after this middleware, right? App dot use middleware, and we need to provide the custom file name. That's it. Okay, save the changes and run the application, build the application, and run the application in the browser. But let me tell you one thing, before running the application, as you can see on the screen, this is our first middleware, and as we have created our custom middleware, Now this time it will become second middleware, this custom middleware, and this time it will become our third middleware, right? So for to make it meaningful, let's write 3. This is our third middleware, right? And this one is our fourth middleware, right? Last one. So let's save the changes and run the application. You can see the output. We are getting the output. By looking into the code, you can see we are getting the output when the control is coming from in the first middleware, it is giving the output hello from use 1. So in the output screen, we can see this is our first middleware, then it is our second middleware, which we have created just now, custom middleware, then it is going to third middleware, then it is going to fourth middleware, right? And then finally it is coming back in a similar way. It is going to third middleware and executing the remaining code of the third middleware. Then it is going to the custom middleware and executing the remaining code of custom middleware. And then finally it is going to the first middleware and executing the remaining code of first middleware. And as you can see in the code also, when the control is coming in the first middleware, it is giving the output hello from use 1 first message. Then it is going to the next middleware because we have used next method. Then it is going to the custom middleware and it is executing the output from here hello from custom middleware first message. Then it is going to the next middleware, right? And then it is giving the output hello from use 3 first message. You can see in this file, right? And then after executing the code of third middleware, then it is going to the last middleware, testing completed. It is giving the output testing completed. Then it is coming back to execute the remaining code in the third middleware and it is giving the output hello from use 3 second message. Then it is coming back to the custom middleware and executing the remaining code in the custom middleware. Then that is giving the second message. You can see it is executing the remaining code in the custom middleware, right? And similarly it is going to the first middleware and executing the remaining code of first middleware and it is giving the output hello from use 1 second message, right? So this is how we can create our custom middleware in the ASP.NET Core Web API application. So finally, if I would say that in this section, what we have learned, how we can create our custom middleware and how we can inject the services in this ASP.NET Core Web API application, and how we can make use of that custom middleware in the HTTP pipeline, right? As you can see on the screen, the output that we have generated.